In some of my previous videos, I've mentioned that I used to be in a gang and I used to get stopped by the police on a regular basis because I was up to no good and stuff. And in some of those videos as well, I talk about being a bit more composed with the police, not losing your cool and just behaving yourself with the police. Don't give them any backchat. Don't give them a reason to harass you anymore, especially if you know you're innocent. Yeah. But even the other day, I lost my composure with the police. So I was riding my bike through Finsbury Park down a road called Seven Sisters Road. And the road, well, at least my lane was completely clear for at least like a mile or something like that, or half a mile. So I'm on my motorbike and I thought, I'm gonna completely bomb it down the road. So I was bombing it down the road and the road slightly goes at a bend. And I didn't see around the corner, around this bend, there was police. They had stopped some cars, whatever, probably just doing some routine checks. And they stopped some cars and they could hear me coming because my exhaust is really loud. And, you know, the faster you ride, the louder the bike's going to be. So they could hear me coming. So one of the police officers slightly stepped out into the road and he put up his hand as to say, like, stop. So he put up his hand quite late because obviously at the speed I was doing as well to say stop. So as I'm approaching him, I've put my arm up to say, like, yeah, I'm going to stop in front of you. And he thought I wasn't going to stop. So he sprayed me with this, it's like a can of DNA spray. And basically that liquid that's in that can is unique to that can and that can only. So he sprayed me with this liquid and I didn't really notice it at first. I've rode my bike past him and I've seen some just clear liquid on my side mirror. So I was like, what the hell is that? Maybe I went over a puddle or something, you know? Anyway, he's come up to me and he said, I've just sprayed you with DNA spray. So I've looked on my bike and all on my tank, my bike's red, but on the tank, the liquid looked green. I was like, what do you mean you sprayed me with the DNA spray? He's like, I thought you weren't going to stop. I thought that bike might be stolen. That's why you wasn't going to stop. That's why you looked like you weren't going to stop. So I said, is it on my back? Because I wear a gold jacket. Like, that's like my signature Jay Wise jacket. So if you see me in the gold jacket, just know that's a Jay Wise jacket in it. So I'm wearing that jacket now. I'm thinking that there's green liquid on my jacket. So I actually lost my composure. I was shouting at him through the helmet. I was like, why have you sprayed me with this liquid? And he was trying to explain to me that he thought I weren't going to stop. He thought that the bike might have been stolen and he didn't want to take the chance. So he sprayed me with the liquid. So I was going off at him at first for a good minute. But then afterwards I thought to myself, let me just tone it down, because whether he's right, whether I'm wrong, whatever, doesn't matter. Yeah. By me shouting at him, it can only make the situation even worse than it's going to be, or it is, whatever. So let me just tone it down. So after I took off the helmet, obviously I can't see my back or whatever. So I'm like, is the liquid on my back? Is it green? And he said, the liquid's on your back and your jacket is wet, but there's no green liquid. The liquid looks green on certain surfaces, but it's actually clear and it's colorless. So you won't have no problem with the jacket being stained or anything, because I'm thinking he stained my jacket. And I'll tell you one story afterwards why I don't like people messing with my clothes as well. What happens when people damage my clothes, how I react to it. So anyway, he told me, yeah, you know, the jacket's not stained or anything like that. So obviously I was like, all right then, because it's just a wet patch or whatever, innit? But to me, I just thought, oh, the guy stained my jacket with a green liquid. So I'm thinking, this guy owes me a new jacket. So anyway, he said to me, look, I stopped you because we had some guys, quote unquote, some guys riding up and down Finsbury Park and Seven Sisters Road, popping wheelies and riding through red lights and not stopping for the police. And I thought you was a part of the crew or whatever, innit? Whether that's true or not, I don't know. You work that out for yourself. But he said to me, that's the reason why he stopped me. Now, he started trying to pull me on certain stuff on the bike to try and justify and try and maybe calm me down from, like, you know, obviously going off at him, because he knew he was a bit gung-ho with the DNA spray. He knew he could have probably had not sprayed me. But anyway, so he was like, oh, your number plate is too small, plus your number plate doesn't have any identification as to where you got the number plate from, because it's a show number plate, and most number plates have a small print to say you got it from Halfords or flipping British Motors or whatever. They didn't have it. And he's like, oh, your indicators are too small. He was trying to pull all these things to try and justify as to, you know, like try and make up for why he was wrong or whatever. And I knew what he was doing, so I just let him go along with it, because I knew they were just going to give me a verbal warning. They just checked my name, checked my address, and then they kind of sent me on my way. But I could have made that situation a lot worse myself, because having a small number plate, having indicators that are too small and stuff, you could get points on your license. But because of how I am as a person, how I conduct myself to the police, how I talk to the police, they thought, you know what, I kind of was a bit gung-ho with the spray. And he's a nice guy. Although he shouted at me, he's a nice guy. So I'll let him go. Although he's got this thing. So he said to me, let's just consider this a verbal warning and you can go about your business. So I said, all right, cool. And that was that. But that's just how you compose yourself with the police. That's how you deal with the police. Whether you're in the right or in the wrong. If the police do something they're not supposed to, unless it's something mad like that film Crash. Yeah, if you've seen that film Crash with that woman, I think her name's Thandie Newton, and that light-skinned guy with the curly hair, with the glasses, yeah. The police officers pulled them out of the car and searched them because I think the woman was doing something with him in the car, yeah. And he basically molested the woman in front of him. Yeah, now that's a time when you go off at a police officer. I don't care if you get arrested and go to prison for a month. You beat up that police officer. There's no way any self-respecting man would let a man touch his wife like that. Go and watch that scene in that film Crash. I'll try and leave a link in the description below about what the police officer done to the woman. That would be an excuse to go off on the police. But other than that, if the police are doing something they're not supposed to, use your common sense. If you know they're being bang out of order, then yeah, retaliate or whatever, like verbally. But if they're just being being a bit stupid, then just let it go, man. Because at the end of the day, first of all, you shouldn't be getting stopped by the police anyway. If you're getting stopped by the police all the time, then it's you. And second of all, sometimes stuff just happens. You just get stopped by the police. Just let them go on about their business, yeah. Right, so I'm going to tell you a little story about how I react when people try to mess or damage my clothes in the past. So I used to go to a college outside of London, and quite a few of us Londoners used to go there. Now it's like no man's land. And everyone that used to go there used to think they was a gangster. Everyone used to go down there and then walk around like they're bad, screwing. And there was one boy who used to try and watch me or whatever. So one day I thought to myself, like, who's this guy watching like that? Come outside. So I took him outside now. And I said to him, listen, you're watching, man. Like, do you want to get it cracking kind of thing? He backed off and he was like, no, he's not on it. Cool. So I left him. But he's from a particular area that's nearby to my area. And he told some of his friends. So one particular Saturday, just a random Saturday, I was running for the bus to go to that particular area, and 3 guys were on the bus. So they were watching me in a certain way that I knew like weren't right. But I just carried on running for this bus. I've got on the bus, gone to the top of the bus and walked to the back where they're sitting. Sat down there then, and they're talking rubbish, saying, oh yeah, we know who you are. You tried to talk to our friend a certain way, tried to pull him up, whatever, innit? So I'm like, yeah, he was watching, man, innit? But he's not on it. So anyway, they're talking rubbish now. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, boom. I know these don't want to get it cracking, but they're stalling, car. They're shit, basically. So I got off the bus because I'm thinking to myself, I'm not going to my destination now because that's their area, and I'm not going to let them be at home advantage. Like, if you're going to get it cracking, I at least want to be in my area, be at home advantage. So I got off the bus, but they followed me. So boom, they're talking rubbish to me now. One of them takes out a knife and he's chatting rubbish, and then they're saying, oh, let's go around the corner. So I'm like, okay, boom, let's go around the corner. So go around the corner now. And I'm so dumb. One of the guys that was standing there, I beat up his older brother. And I knew it was his older brother. I said, yeah, I'll beat up your older brother kind of thing. Like, that's just adding fuel to the fire. I was stupid like that as well. So he's like, what do you mean you beat up my older brother? So anyway, he starts going mad now. So I start getting more aggressive, whatever, innit? And then he kicked me. So I've turned, like, and I've run off now. Because I think myself, I'm not getting stabbed by these lot. So one of them runs up to me and he caught up to me and he tried to stab me through my jacket. Yeah, so the knife has gone through my left arm on my jacket and pierced through the jacket. Now I was wearing a jacket called a bomber jacket. It's a Nike jacket. Anyone who was a road man will know about this jacket from the year of like 2008 to 2011. Put it this way, if you consider yourself a road man between the year of 2008 and 2011 and you didn't own a bomber jacket, you weren't no road man. If you didn't own a bomber jacket, you was a neek on road, basically. So he stabbed me through the jacket, and all these feathers flew out of this jacket. So as soon as that happened, I said, what? Are you mad? So they're chasing me, right? So they're chasing after me, and one of them stabbed me through the jacket. And as I've seen the feathers fly out through the jacket, I'm thinking, this guy has damaged my jacket. So now I've lost my mind. So I've stopped, and I've gone mad now, and they ran off, and I've chased after them. Then they stopped outside the shop and said, what, you man are on this thing, yeah? So I've gone inside the off license and then just took a supermarket bottle. Didn't pay for a supermarket bottle, gone outside to get cracking. They bust out. I don't know where they went. They just ran off. So I carried on running like to go to. I carried on following the route of the bus because I'm thinking they've got on the next bus to go to their area. Now I'm on it now. Now I'm going after them because they violated now, innit? Yeah, because it's no more a talking thing which it was on the bus. Like they violated now, so I'm on them. So I carried on running towards the area because thinking that they're on the bus, and I jumped on the next bus thinking that they're on the bus, and I jumped on the bus and I said to the bus driver, "Have you seen 3 boys that I just got on the bus, whatever?" Innit? And he said, "Oh, why were you chasing after the boys?" I'm like, "Bro, don't ask me no questions. Have you seen other boys on the bus, whatever?" And he said, "No, like you don't know where they went or whatever." Innit? But now that I think about it, I know where they went. They went a different way. But obviously, I'm assuming that they just got on the same route as where we were initially going. But they didn't. They went a different way. But yeah, that's how I react when people damage my clothes. Like, man tried to stab me and I end up chasing 3 boys because they violated, like they damaged my jacket or whatever, innit? But yeah, if you like the video, subscribe. If you don't like the video, change your station.